Welcome to Tech Tip Tuesday. I'm Allison Remington, Instructional Technology Specialist at Clinton County RESA. And today's Tech Tip Tuesday is going to focus on how to utilize Google Forms' response validation feature to customize and control the length and format of responses you receive in a Google form. Start by going to Google Forms and go to the form that you're creating, and then write out your questions. And then when you have a question that you would like to have more control over the length or the format of the response, write out the question and then go to the three dots in the bottom right hand corner where it says more options, and it's going to allow you to select response validation. And so now you're going to see a couple different drop downs. The first one is number, text, length, regular expression. So if you want your response that you're receiving to be a number, selecting number would restrict that to just numbers. So then you could select greater than, equal to, and so on, whole number. I mean, you can do all these different variations. The number, and then what custom error text means would be basically the response that you would want people to see if they're not putting in the right value or the right number. So you could put, like try again or must be a number, however you want that message to pop up so they can't move on until they've responded in the format you require. The other options are text. So similar to number, you'd say the text contains, and maybe you're collecting emails or websites, so you could ensure that that has the right formatting. Then again, you would write in the custom error text, provide a .org or whatever it is that you're looking for. The next one is length. This is where you could set a minimum or a maximum character count for the response. So maybe it's a short answer and you want it to actually be a short answer, so you could select the maximum, or maybe you want them to write enough information, you could select a minimum, and you could select number, and then again whatever the custom error text you want to notify them that they need to either write more or write less. And then the last option is the regular expression, and this allows them to sort of like advance the pattern matching for a specific validation. So what I mean by that would be, for example, you could say contains like a phone number, so it could match, and then you could write out like the pattern, with the area code and then, whatever number. So then that way they know they have to fill it out in this exact format, and you're getting actual phone numbers. So those are different options: number, text, length, regular expression. They don't have to necessarily all match. You can play with the different question types, the different versions, but again, you go to the three dots and select response validation, and then you also want to make sure this is a required question, but that will allow you to get more customization and control over the responses you're receiving and the format those responses are in. So that's it for today's Tech Tip Tuesday. If you have an idea, question, or suggestion for a Tech Tip Tuesday topic, email me and your idea may be featured in a future training or Tech Tip Tuesday blast.